Hi, it's Garry, and welcome to today's live stream. 1st of December, can you believe it? Although the good thing is, start of my Inky countdown. More on that later. So, how's your week been? How's things going? Let's do my quick weather check before we jump on in. Got a really busy live for you today. Got quite a few things. Let's get the right screen up. I don't know, there it is, and then I can go over to there. So today at the moment it's 20 degrees Celsius, that's 68 Fahrenheit. Most of this week though we've been in the high 20s, so let's just pop in 29 there. So it's been like 80 to 85ish. I had a couple of days where it has gone over 30. Been beautiful this week. I love the warmer weather now we've got it. Let's go back to that camera and close this window. All right, let's start looking through the comments. So we've got David. I don't know why, I've got some funny things going on with my screen here. Can I? I don't know, bloody technical issues again. Anyway, David, I made it but do not know how long I can stay. That's fine. Love having you here, love having everyone here. David, a different David, glad you made it. Tom, hello to David, and both of them. Alia Rose, hi from icy Pennsylvania. I remember ice. Yeah, horrible stuff, isn't it? I never really minded the snow so much, but it's like the slush and the ice which I always hated. Marie, hi from Michigan. Andreas, good day, and happy Inkvent calendar day 1. Absolutely. My video, I'll talk about it in a bit, but the video will come out in about an hour's time at 9:30 Western Australian time. Blonde Scales 1, hello from Chile, Arkansas. Marie, love that background thumbnail today, Garry. Colour explosion. Yeah, what I'm trying to do with, and you'll notice it with my videos, is I'm trying to change the way I'm doing my thumbnails. I'm experimenting a bit. So there are some of my older videos. What I've done is I've not done them, like changed it. I'm just going to move this down. There we go. That's a bit there. I'm not going to change the old ones I've made that haven't been released yet, but I'm playing around with different backgrounds and also different style and different font. And what I'm noticing is that the ones with the newer format that I'm doing seem to be getting more people viewing them. So it's just a way of me trying to just look around and explore that a little bit. Andreas, so a similar comment there. Garry, I have to say I like the background in the thumbnail. Very colourful. Yeah, I mean all they are, and I will be getting more, is I went on to, what's the name of the site? It's one of these stock photo sites. And I just searched for wallpaper, and these are all free ones. So it's not like there's something you have to spend out a load of money. They're all free. Now, I'll be building up the collection over a while. Tom, hello to Alia Rose, Blonde Scales 1 and Marie. Blonde Scales 1, anyone buy any pens on Black Friday? Well, I certainly didn't. I had a little look, but I wasn't planning on buying anything. I mean, as I've said a number of times, I'm saving up for January. See what I can get in the January sales. Tom, hello to Andreas. Ted, hello everyone. Alia Rose, hi to Tom. Marcy Me, hello from Texas. Welcome to you. And then let's go back up. David, to Tom, hello Tom. Andreas, hi Tom. We've got loads of hellos today. And Tom, hello to Marcy Me. Alia Rose, I don't know, I may have blacked out and ordered several. Yeah, I think sometimes, isn't it, with the sales, that's easy to do. Blonde Scales 1, I might have 3 blue pens on the way. Awesome. Ricardo, good morning from London. Welcome to you. Tom, a Diplomat Aero. I've only got the one Aero. I really like it though. I went for they called it Factory. It's like the raw aluminium finish. Really nice. I haven't had that out for a while. I might need to think about getting that inked up. David, hello back to all. Different David to Tom. Sorry, having a mouse problem on my computer. I know that feeling as well. I use a Logitech mouse, I can't, MX Master 3 mouse. But just in case, I keep under my monitor an Apple Magic Mouse, and I've also got a trackpad on the computer, on the laptop. But yeah, just in case we get issues there, I've always got plenty to fall back on. Andreas to Blonde Scales 1, I think I have a Black Friday problem. I bought 8 pens this week, including the new Pilot Custom Urushi Blue and a Pelican M1000 in Renaissance Brown. I'm looking at that Pelican M1000. That's the one I'm thinking about getting. If I can get it for a decent price in January, I really like the look of that. Ricardo, it's the first time I'll be doing an Inkvent calendar. David, have a slightly chilly but really beautiful Austin. Yeah, I'd say I don't miss that here. Nice weather here, 30 degrees. Beautiful. Richard, hello, Maryland, Eastern Shore. Welcome to you. Blonde Scales 1, show your shirt. I know I meant to do that earlier. So this is me. I've got a number of Christmas t-shirts. So here we've got the first one. So it's Merry the Force be with you. So we've got C3PO there and R2D2. They're all ready for Christmas. Hopefully I pronounced this right. Varad Harajan. It's midnight here in London. David, yeah, I did get your email. I've had a quick look at it. I will hopefully try and have a closer look later on. But wow, I think you were lucky there. Ricardo, swatch book, cards, and 25 pens ready for it. Yeah, my Inky countdown coming up in, I don't know, about 50 minutes-ish. Ali Rose, I invested in a bunch of Cult Pen exclusive Diamine inks. In theory, they should arrive tomorrow, but if they route through Erie, Pennsylvania hub, who knows when they'll get here. Are the comments not? I'm clicking on my comments and I just noticed that they're not showing up. Let me fix that. What I have to do is I have to paste in a URL to OBS for each live. There we are. Now, hopefully, we should start to see comments coming through. Andreas, I'm going to guess that is a Grinch shirt. No, unfortunately not. I'm not sure if I've got a Grinch one. I mean, my pen case that Elaine made for me for this month, that's a Grinch one. The best thing is, we didn't realise how big and popular Grinch was going to be this year. That material was bought last year. David, to get what do politicians and broken fountain pens have in common? Neither have a really good point. Awesome. Yeah, I'm completely with you on that one. Blonde Scales 1, I've got a Diplomat Aero and a Platinum 3776 on the way from Atlas. Awesome. I do like my 37. It's another one I don't get out often is that 377, the nib on it. Oh, wow. Ricardo, for Black Friday, I got a Kaweco Classic Piston Pen and a Platinum Procyon in Carmine Red. Awesome. David, do you change pen and ink each month? I spend the month deciding what pen and ink I want to use for my next month's journal, plus clean the month's pens. Sorry. So I have my pens in use one, which you see each month. So they're the pens that I focus on for that month. And then what I try and do is each month I have a theme. So that tries and, to try and help me pick pens. And I also try to have pens that are in different price ranges. So there's 6 pens I pick. I've got 3 at the moment, 3 under $100 and 3 over $100. But the way prices have been going, I'm going to change that from the new year. And I'm going to be looking at doing 3 under $150 and then 3 over $150. I'm saying that things like my Narwhal Skullkill are now over 100 Aussie dollars. So that's why I thought, well, let's tweak that up a little bit. Tom, both were on Doorbusters. Awesome. I love a good bargain. Steve, hi from Salt Lake City in Utah. Welcome to you. Blonde Scales 1. Yep, the Doorbuster prices were why I bought them. Now, let me just do a quick refresh. Ali Rose, Doorbusters are dangerous. I'm glad they don't do things like that over here. I'd never have any money. Blonde Scales, Scales 1, broad nib on the 3776. Yeah, I'm again, might be next year, might be even. I want to get another 3776, but with a music nib. David, a pensioneering friend of mine, had a Burgundy 147 Traveller with the case that I managed to talk him out of a very reasonable. With the case that I managed to talk him out of a very reasonable price. Pardon me. This has been the Getting Unexpectedly Cool month, pens month. Do you know, I really mangled speaking that, didn't I? Awesome. Ricardo, what nib did you choose on 3776? Blonde Scales 1, they are, but they help push one to buy something that they might not buy otherwise due to price. Yeah, absolutely. I can understand exactly why they do that. I remember, as I said, going back years and years ago, I worked for a number of very large retailers in the computer department, and the amount of time we spent working on getting promotions to work properly because they were such an important part of the business. It was one of the things we really, really focused on. David, to Tom, or maybe Getting Unexpectedly Cool Pens Unexpectedly month. Absolutely, I love that. David, medium number 6 nib, by the way. Blonde Scales 1, might not buy due to price. Yeah, I know exactly. David, that's interesting. I change by manufacturer. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think it's nice to have like a theme or something like that. Ali Rose, I feel pressure to get things before prices here in the States go up. Yeah, I've been obviously listening to the news, and it seems there might be a lot of things like that. Now, I'm going to jump straight over to the iPhone camera because we've got a busy schedule. I know I keep pushing that. I'm going to do a live, short first impressions. I'm going to do a first impressions of this. So let me just fetch this up to the camera a bit. Got lovely, I don't know how to describe it, like a herringbone type pattern, but it's more curved, where a herringbone to me is more angular. Beautiful. Again, to me, it's like a greeny colour, and it's a cartridge converter. And then obviously we've got a Chinese nib on here because it's a pen from China. Now, there's something very special about this pen. What's very special is I bought it in September 2021 and then somehow completely managed to do a first impressions of it. So it's been sat in the tray that I use for my first impressions. It got hidden somehow. It's been sat there since September of 2021. And I found it and I thought, go on, Gary, we've got to do it. So there's the pen. I say I'm going to do this very quick. Here we've got the Metropolitan and we've got the Safari. So for size, not too bad. Let's quickly pop these caps off. I'm not going to fetch out my stand. There we go. Just so you can get a look at them. Let's pop these away. Oops. In my hand, it's actually not too bad. It does feel a bit thin here. The section is metal. And again, try and get in the camera, section's metal. But again, it's got this herringbone type pattern. So it actually feels like there's a bit of grip. But it does feel a bit on the thin side for me. Right, let's ink it up. So I've already rinsed this out. I always try and give my pens a good clean. So let's get that down. So for ink, I thought I'd go with Diamine Black Ivy. Nice dark ink. It's a fine nib, so hopefully it'll work out all right. It's a sheening ink as well. I say it's a fine ink, so not sure how well a sheen will show up. So take that cap off and dip this nib in. I'm trying to get here so... Oops, I don't want to go too far over because otherwise there'll be ink all over. Is it coming up? No, doesn't look like there's any ink coming up. Let's do one more turn. Nah. So what we'll do, I know why it is. It's just there's not a lot of ink in this bottle. I've pulled out the converter. So let's push it down. And let's see if this will fill now. Just means I've now got to mess around getting the ink down into the nib. Now normally when I do this, oh, look at that, ink all over my hands already. Now normally when I do something like this, I would leave it for 10-15 minutes in my pen pot, but obviously, as I say, we're doing this live, so I don't want to be sat around with it for that amount of time. So I'm just gently priming the feed. There we go. Let's pop the cap back on, the body on. And pop that cap back on. Let's get this all out of the way. This is all things which you don't see when I'm doing my actual videos because I edit it all out. So let's move this all out of the way. Fetching the notepad of testing. So this is my Oxford Optic paper, A5 notebook. I'm on the last page, so soon going to be going for a new one. I'm going to put it slightly on an angle, make it easier for me to write. So let's see how this works. Now this is going to be really interesting because there's no actual name for the pen. The description, or the name of it on AliExpress, which is where I got it from, is High Quality Vulpen Luxury Fountain Pen Ink Pen Nib, Irauta Canetta Tintiero Stationery Penna Stylografica Stylo Plume. Quite a mouthful. And I know Vulpen, I believe it's Dutch for fountain pen. So I'm just going to call this an AliExpress Vulpen. And it's got a fine nib. Now, I can't find this on AliExpress anymore, but when I bought it way back in September 2021, it was a whopping $3.87. The ink, Diamine, Black Ivy. Drying times, here's media, 10 seconds. Okay, so I wasn't able to fully time that because my iPad had locked. 30 seconds. So again, this is something that gets edited out, so you don't see all this gap, which we're seeing at the moment. 22 seconds left, and on my iPad, I do have an app. Let's just switch over to the iPad. There you are. So you can see it counting down the time. 9 seconds. I know we've got to fill in time now. The next one will be interesting. I've got to fill in a minute. Okay, then. Wow, look at that. We're still wet. 1 minute. Yeah, I thought we'd try doing this live. What I've got as well, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to do another live first impressionsy type stuff. I've got this. This only arrived the other day. Yes, I have opened it. I wanted to have a look at what the paper's like. This is a Kinball, and they call it a weekly. I believe it's meant to be very similar to a Hobonichi Wheats. I've never had a Hobonichi. The paper in it is, it's either Tomoe River or it's a very good Chinese copy of Tomoe River. There'll be more details when I actually do it. But it's really, I mean, I've been trying with that paper out a bit, just obviously to test my pens. It looks really, really good. We've got 8 seconds left. I don't have to try and fill in much more time. I will come back to the comments shortly. And after a minute, it's still smudging a teeny bit there. Any line variation, so here's no pressure. Going to add some pressure, so I'm getting a slightly wider line. So none, with, none, with, none, and with. Let's move the mic and write a sentence. Do you know, it's a surprisingly nice pen. Final test my scribble. And go on, let's do a wasty squirrel grid. We've got a bit of room on here. There we go. So up and down. Hopefully this might show a bit of sheen in this. Side to side. And then we've got these. And now I'm dashing through this, so it's not as neat as I'd like. Yeah, it's a surprisingly nice pen. Quite a smooth nib. A little bit of feedback. Quite nice audible feedback. Hopefully that came over on the mic. Let's look at how it's done with the ink. Wow, I'm actually seeing a load of that red sheen coming through. Hopefully my camera's catching that up. I have slightly altered the way I'm doing my lighting for the overhead camera. But yeah, it looks quite nice. I think for $3.87, you know, it's a well worthwhile pen. And for the fact it's been sat there like over 3 years, I think it's about time it got its first impressions. So we'll head back to the camera. We'll come back in a minute to all that. Just get that all moved out of the way, ready for the next section when we use the overhead camera. Let's head to our comments. Just refresh them. Right the way up. By the way, from David to Tom, how are you doing? Tom, wow, you're getting some really nice pens. Absolutely. I did a quick look at the picture, but I'll do a better look later on. Blonde Scales 1, this will be my second gold nib, but first I actually bought. Awesome. I did do a couple, was it this year or last year? I did a look at some of my gold nibbed pens, and I'm considering doing like an updated one sometime next year. I'm just starting to try and think of videos I'd like to do next year, so that might be something I might, as part of my 5 pen series, I might do, you know, 5 gold nib pens. Not sure, we'll have to see how it goes. Ricardo, I've got 2 3776s with broad nibs. Gorgeous pen, really smooth nibs. Yeah, I love the nib on my Platinum. It's got that, is it like pencil-like feel? It's really very nice. David to Tom, I need to slow down my acquisitions and get my priorities squared away. Well, isn't fountain pen buying top priority? Blonde Scales 1, got a Diplomat Viper, 20% off. Awesome, that's a good value. Andreas, sorry, today's mug, we've got some Avengers there. I think a few of us are in the same boat, but they just keep bringing out new pens, absolutely. What I've tried to do now is actually not as much look at new pens. You may have noticed that. So a lot of the pens I look at, you know, other people have reviewed them months ago. And what I try to do is really look at them and think, right, what can I do which will add a bit more value? Alia Rose to Blonde Scales 1, sweet. Blonde Scales 1, Viper from Truefay. I do like the name of that Diplomat Viper. You know, to me, they've missed a thing though. There should be snakes and stuff like that on it. Tom to David, indeed. David, can someone recommend a really nice leather 40 pen case similar to the Aston case? I've got a 20 pen Aston, but I need more capacity. What has been the experience of others with cases? It's hard for me to... Let me move them. The pen case I use here, which is where I keep my inked pens. I've actually not got that many at the moment, which is good. This was from it's a cake I bought it off AliExpress. I want to say about $10-ish. And I think it's a 48 pen case. Let's just 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, 48 pens. And I've had this, 3 years. I mean, I never take it out of the house, but that works really well. It's not leather. It's that, you know, that fake leather. Alia Rose, I scored a White Bear Pens Echo in their recent restock. It's stunning and slender and comfy in the hand. I bet it is. Who was... Alia Rose, I've just swatched Black Ivy yesterday. Bottle is still on my desk. Yeah, Black Ivy. I can't really. It's hard to see through these bottles the ink level, but I've used it quite a bit, so I'm getting quite low on that, which is good because that'll be another bottle finished. David, to Tom, pens are nice and important, but people are far more important, and I don't want to lose my focus. Helping people comes first, and I think I lose focus on that at times. Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from there. It's so easy in this modern world to get caught up by material things, isn't it? Tom, to David, agree. David gifted 1 membership. Thank you very much, David. That would be very much appreciated. What I'll be doing is at the end of the video, I've got 5 memberships to give away. So that's part of that YouTube thing that they give me. So I thought we'll do that. And I'm trying to do them near the end of the video. So we've got Molly there, who was awarded that membership. Congratulations to you. Blonde Scales 1. None of my pen cases are leather, so no idea. Yeah, I just get cheapo ones, and the uninked pens, and I've shown these quite a few times. These are just some A4 document cases. My wife has obviously made the thing there, and then to give a bit of a ridge, there's just a little bit of wooden dowel stuck behind them, so that it gives a ridge for them to sit in. You know, it was a really cheap way to have like a sort of customized type of case. And where I live is very, very dusty. Well, not dusty, sandy. It's a oceanside suburb, and the whole thing is built on sand. I mean, trying to get plants to grow here is virtually impossible. So we do get an awful lot of sand blowing in the house all the time. So that's why I like them, because with them being plastic and fastened up, it just keeps a good chunk of that sand out of them. Alia Rose, my cases are thick multi-layer pencil cases from Amazon with cats all over them. Awesome. Andreas, to David, what attracts you to Mont Blanc MB pens? That's an interesting thing, isn't it? Not just for but for like what attracts you to all pens? I think that's an interesting question. That might be another possible future. Just attracts to pens. Just making a note. Otherwise, if I don't write it down, it goes at my mind. Blonde Scales 1. Except for the Esterbrook one, all my cases are from Amazon too. Blonde Scales 1, is that a new Inkvent ink? No, it's from... I don't know if it's last year or the year before. Let's just have a quick look, shall we? Let's go to the iPad so you can see what I'm doing. It's just refreshing. So, Black Ivy. Search. Just get to the keyboard. I press caps lock for some reason. Black Ivy from 2021's Inkvent calendar. You will not see me using any of this year's inks during this month. I don't want to give too spoilers if people don't want to see them. David G, I enjoy your timed drying. Yeah, I think it's useful in a way that's not useful. Better go back to the camera, really, shouldn't I? What I find is obviously it gives an idea of how long it takes to dry, but drying time's so variable. Depends on your ink, depends on the pen, on the nib, on the paper. Weather conditions can affect it. You know, if you've got a lot of humidity in the air, things are damper. If it's very hot and dry, you know, it can then, you know, dry quicker. I've also had issues where when it's been hot, it's actually dried out the paper that I'm going to write on, which makes it dry. Obviously, then the ink will dry a lot faster. So there's lots of different things that go into it. It's not a really easy thing to do. So it's just a guideline, and I think it's really nice. Alia Rose, Black Ivy, and all the best are from the red Inkvent. Blonde Scales 1, my first Inkvent was green. Yeah, my first was that red one. I didn't get the very first one. That was before I got back into fountain pens. Alia Rose, I got the red second hand on Reddit pen swap. And Alia Rose and the green I opened during November of last year. Yeah, it's nice opening them early, isn't it? Because you get to experience it when you open it, and you get to experience it when you see other people's reactions. Alia Rose, I have kind of a lot of ink. I'm absolutely with you on that one. I've got well over 100 different inks. I know a lot of them are these small bottles, but it's still well over 100. Alia Rose, ready for the ink famine, I guess. Absolutely. I mean, the amount of ink I've got, I think I'll never use it all in my lifetime. Blonde Scales 1, I've got a lot of samples, and that will increase by 5 on Monday. Awesome. Sorry, mouthful there. Keep me little voice going. David to Andreas, they were what I was first exposed to when I first got into fountain pens. My boss got me started. Them damned bosses, they're a pain in the butt, aren't they? And I have just loved the way they write, look, and their exceptional quality. Yeah, I've not really been attracted so much at the moment to Mont Blanc. Might be something I may have to do, maybe in a year or two. David, and on top of that, I'm a Surrey Mont Blanc fanboy. Seriously, they are also a good investment. Yeah, that's again things with, you know, like Chinese pens. You're not really going to get any investment back from them, but some of the more expensive pens, you know, they do retain their value well. I know I've told my son, pens on this side, get rid of them. Pens on that side, they're the ones you need to sell. Santa, hi all. Welcome to you, Santa. So we've got hi, we've got a couple more highs. David, I also have them inked and use them regularly. Again, that's a nice thing. Problem I've got, because obviously with having this channel, I've got a lot of pens. I mean, I've got about 150 fountain pens at the moment, you know, and that's ever growing. And a lot of them sit there in the case, which is a shame because they're tools. I know, I don't know if I've said this before, you know, to me, a pen is a tool, and a tool is there to be used, not to sit around. David, so we've got another hi with to Santa. Blonde Scales 1, lol. David, A4 document cases are a good idea. Never thought of that. Interesting. Yeah, these were, why we got them, it was either 2 or 3 years ago. They were on offer. So we bought like, how many did I buy? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I bought 20 of them. Bought them from 2 different shops, so they're 2 slightly different styles. And then as you saw, Elaine made that liner for me. But yeah, love them. Alia Rose, Anakin Skywalker would hate your neighbourhood. Too much sand, absolutely. And yeah, in the summer, too much heat. Sorry. Made by Dawn. Good night, Gary. I've got my Jinhao 10. Can't wait to ink it. I bet you can't. I say with that pen I showed earlier on, I managed to forget about that and leave that 3 years before doing the first impressions. I've got no idea. And it was quite an enjoyable pen to write with. Alia Rose, is that the capless Jinhao? I believe that is, yeah. Andreas, thanks, David. I have a couple of patron of the arts, but the regular models don't grab me in the same way as, say, Pelikan and Graf von Faber-Castell. Doesn't help that I'm not a cigarette-shaped fan. Yeah, each to their own, isn't it? Made by Dawn, yes it is. David, hey, that's okay. It's a matter of appreciating the art of each pen. I like Pelikans as well, but for me, Mont Blancs are just artworks of unique quality. Alia Rose, I heard those have decent nibs. That's to Made by Dawn about the Jinhao 100. Tony, welcome from North Wiltshire. Welcome to you, Tony. And then Made by Dawn, I hope so. Let me refresh the comments. David, I've got a very Let's start again, Garry. I have been very impressed with my Aston 20 pen case that I got from a friend who got it as a door prize at this year's Pelican Hub. It's nice. Awesome. Ricardo, hi to Tony. Good morning. Right, there's no more comments at the moment, so let's go back over to the iPhone camera. let's get the paper in the right place. So this is a Midori cotton pad. This is my pad that I use on these. It's got a slightly creamy type or like ivory type colour. I'm just getting my mouse over here so I can get the list of pens up. So the pens I've been using this week. My pen of the week, so the one I've been using all week, Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This is Blue Green Nebula. Beautiful, lovely pen. I love the sparkles. Cartridge converter. Now, I've got next to no ink in here, so it may or may not write. I actually pushed down the converter yesterday to get to finish off yesterday's video. So let's see. Oh, we're lucky. Sailor Pro Gear Slim. It's a broad nib and it's 14 karat gold. Price for this pen, 400 Aussie dollars. Ain't cheap. Is it worth it? I actually do think it is. It's a beautiful pen. My favourite nib by far. The ink is by Diamine. It's Garland. This ink is a sheening ink and a shimmering ink. Now, you can see there, hopefully, the red sheen. I struggle to get the shimmer part of it out, though. And I always have, no matter what pen I've got this ink in, I always struggle with that. But it's nice. It's enjoyable. That's now going in the clean out pot. Next up, from Bennu, my Christmas Bennu pen, the Dragon's Blood Talisman. Gorgeous looking pen. Cartridge converter, nearly out of ink. I think this will be getting refilled. I'm not sure yet. I might change the ink in here, but I'm actually quite enjoying this combo. So we've got here a Bennu. I do get that hard start all the time. Bennu Talisman with a broad Schmidt nib. Price for this, you're looking at 267 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine and it's Pick Me Up. Beautiful brown ink. This is a scented ink. I do find the scent a bit too sweet for me. It's also got a sheen, so again, not sure if this will come out on the camera, but there's a green sheen. Hopefully it's starting to come through like a goldy green sheen. So that's a Bennu Talisman. Next up, the Jinhao 100. This is this beautiful like white salt or cracked ice. Lots of ink in here because I refilled this pen yesterday. Although saying that, it doesn't look like there's lots, but I did refill it yesterday. Honest. I must have used, because this was yesterday, a pen I was using yesterday. And wow, it's very nice. The nib on here is a Yoho nib. It's a broad nib. So we got a Jinhao, very smooth writer, this one, 100, with that broad nib. Price for this pen, for the actual pen, you're talking about 23 Aussie dollars. And to be honest, you're talking about the same again for the nib. Remember, this isn't the nib that it came with. The ink is Diamine Arctic Blast. So with this ink, it's got a beautiful red sheen to it. And it also should have like a blue chameleon. Don't often see the blue chameleon, but when it comes out, it's a really nice bright blue. But again, I'm hoping it helps if I get in camera. Hopefully you can see that beautiful red sheen developing on that. So next we've got from Narwhal. No, we haven't. I've skipped a pen. Next we've got from Hondian. He says, let's pretend I didn't do that. So Hondian, this is the N7, the peacock version. Piston filling pen. We've got a nice reasonable piston window there. Very nice in the hand. So we've got here Hondian N7. It's got a fine nib. Price wise, you're looking about 45 Aussie dollars. Not 545, not 840, 45. There we go. The ink by Diamine. And it's Garland. So same as ink as I've got in that Pro Gear Slim. just pop this away again, so hopefully we can see the sheen developing. Not seeing any shimmer or chameleon coming through. I think it's the ink is why I don't see that. Up next, we've got the Narwhal Key West. This has got chameleon ink in it. This is the Isla Morada version. So nice gold sparkles. I'd have explained the selection of these on Friday's video. So we've got here a Narwhal Key West. This has got, is this a medium or the broad nib? Let's check. Oh, it's a medium nib. Write's quite broad though. The cost of this is about 89 Aussie dollars. Cartridge converter, this one as well. The Key West, I believe, is Narwhal's only cartridge converter system. The ink, Diamine, and it's Fortune's Gold. Actually quite a nice colour. I didn't think I'd like it when I first saw this. Again, it's from a couple of years ago, I think. But it's actually quite nice, and I'm hoping the camera will catch it. We've got some nice, like a gold chameleon in there. Up next, another one of my Christmas pens, the Ranga Santa. Beautiful, like cracked ice type material. Another one is cartridge converter. All these pens, you can see how much I've been enjoying them because they're virtually all out of ink. Let's fasten that down. Very nice fit in the hand. Ranga Santa. This has got a 1.1 stub nib. It's a Yoho nib. Price wise, $145 when I bought it. That was 2 years ago. I've not seen it on offer since then. The ink by Diamine, and it's tinsel. This is a shimmering ink. Let's see, I do normally see some shimmer in here, so hopefully that will be coming through on the camera. Not seeing a lot though, but I usually do. Maybe I didn't agitate it enough. Final pen. This is from Conklin. It's a Conklin Durograph in this beautiful forest colour. I refilled this the other day as well, so this one's got a nice full fill. Full fill. Wow, bit of a tongue twister there for me. So we got a Conklin. So this is the issue I've got with this pen. I've got problems with nib flow. Yeah, sorry. Problems with ink flow. So what I have to do is shake it a few times. Then it will write. So Conklin Durograph. I might then get a sentence and then it'll stop again. I need to reshake it. It's got a medium nib. Price wise, it's 157 Aussie dollars. The ink, obviously it's Diamine, and it's Yuletide, just a standard ink. Because of the issues there, you can see again it's gone, then it's back. Because of the issues I've had with the flow, I just stick with a standard ink. Now, what I've done with this pen this week is at the start of the week, I flossed the tines and tried running a score down the feed, down the channel in the feed. Didn't seem to make a difference. So, not yesterday, it was the day before. Late in the day, I actually put another feed in there to see if that will help improve it. Maybe it's an issue with the actual feed itself. As we can see, it doesn't look like that, but let's see how it goes over the next week or two. So let's head back to the camera and back to the comments. As I said, we've got lots to do. We're doing well for time though. I've still got, let me get that. Back to the comments. So we've got David to Tony. Hi Tony, cheers. David, hey Tony, sorry I can't type. Do you know, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm terrible for typing. Tony, hi Ricardo. Made by Dawn. I'm waiting for my Diamine 6 ink set, which brings my ink collection to 22 inks. Awesome. Just have a mouthful of my peppermint tea. Blonde Scales 1. I do have another bottle of ink on the way. Tony, I'm with Gary. I'm officially very old in a couple of weeks and have enough ink to drown in. Yeah, this is a problem. When I first got back into pens, to be honest, because Diamine ink is so cheap, I was just buying, oh, look, that's a new colour. Oh, that's a different colour. Oh, that's a different shade of green. Let's have that. So, yeah, I've got loads and loads. David, TW Tourist, Made by Dawn. I've got a 3 ink set coming this week. Loads of people with ink, isn't it? Tony, very not vert. That's all right. Is it vert is green in French, is it? Or is that V-R-T-E? I can never remember. Been many, many years since I did French. Tony, hi, David. Alia Rose, speaking of ink, has anyone tried Lennon Toolbars, Rabbit God or Bubble Tea? I'm very close to ordering while Atlas has them still discounted. Sorry, that's the tea finished. I've got a pint pot of cordial full of ice. When I made this, which was just before the video started, I filled the whole glass to the top with ice. And I don't know if you can see, virtually all the ice has melted because, yeah, it's nice and warm. So, yeah. No, I've never tried any Lennon Toolbar ones. As I say, I'm on that ink buying freeze, apart from obviously these Christmas ones. Blonde Scales 1, decided my vintage Schaefer needed a Schaefer ink. Yeah, sometimes that's good to keep, to keep the ink in the, from the same manufacturer. A number of pen manufacturers now don't they? They actually say you've got to use their official inks. I mean, I would ignore that, but they can say it as much as they want. Made by Dawn. I only want to invest a really nice dark green with a shimmer or sheen, and I think that is it. Nice dark. Can't think of one off the top of my head. I might think on that one. Dark green with yeah, I'll have to think on that one. Ricardo, I was going to get a platinum pigmented blue for Black Friday, but with the Inkvent calendar now, I'll get it next year. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm, obviously, as you know, I'm using all Inkvent inks at the moment. Once we come to January, it will be Inkvent and Colourverse Colourvent inks, but the idea is I'm still going to focus on using up some of them small bottles because I've got just so many of them. Tony to Made by Dawn. Emerald de Chevaux is good. Made by J. Herban. Yeah, is it Doug Rathburn? He seems to really push on that one. Alia Rose. Birmingham Pen Company's Emerald Fusion is a richly sheening emerald green. Fortune's Gold would bug me in a pen. I thought it would, but it doesn't come over as well on the camera. When it dries, it's got like an olivey colour. It's not actually too bad. Tom, Emerald Fusion is one of my favourites. Made by Dawn. Thank you. Thank you. I will look into it. Tara. Okay, so let me. Why isn't this working? Sorry. Anyway, Tarot Destroyer, stop being stupid. Alia Rose to Tom, it looks like a magical oil slick from Emerald City. Tony Binns, I had a lot of issues with my Durograph. I flossed it to death until it wrote, including a couple of new nib units. Yeah, bit by bit I'm going to work on it. If this doesn't work, I'll swap the feeds back. But what I'll do before I put that feedback in, I'll have another go at it with my craft knife to see if I can do something about the channel, see if that helps. And it wouldn't mind because I like wet writing pens anyway. David, which of the Artist series pens do you have? That's to Andreas. Ali Rose, to Made by Don, I have a giant 100ml bottle. If you're in Garry's Discord, I can set up an ink samples box for you. I do need to get that. I've got a task or an action for early next year to get that going again, that Discord. I think I could be doing a lot more with it. It's just, I don't know. At the moment, it's more a case of I don't go into it because I don't know what to use it for as much as I'd like. And that's why I'm not using it as much as I should. So, yeah, I need to do a think over the New Year period about what it can be used for. Blonde Scales 1. I think ink bottles and samples breed when we are looking absolutely on that one. I know exactly what you mean, especially diamine inks. Made by Dawn, great, thanks. Alia Rose, that's true, absolutely. Tony Bins, Garry, I'm now buying ink for the bottle shapes. Ackerman is epic. Yeah, that's another good way to do it is for the bottle shape. I like the... obviously the 30mm diamines because with them being plastic, and I'm very clumsy at the best of times. Blonde Scales 1, I love the Ackerman bottles. Yeah, I love seeing them. There was one a few years ago by an Indian manufacturer. Oh, what was it? Can't remember, but it looked to me like, I think it was like a bit like a chemistry type thing, where it had a bulb where the ink actually sat, and then there was some mechanism which got it through to where you actually took the ink out of. Made by Dawn. Sorry, Garry didn't link his Discord. There is a link to the Discord in the description of most of my videos. I say I'm not overly active at the moment, but I do intend to. Tony, sorry, Garry, not Carrie. Yeah, that's all right. I answer to anything. Marie, I like Diamond Gold and Ivy. Alia Rose, if you open the video description, there are 5 buttons, and it's the blue on the far right. Made by Dawn, sorry, I'm on my phone. I don't see it. Yeah, I'll say in the description as well, I do put links to that. Andreas, the Elizabeth I medium and homage to Hadrian medium. Both second hand. I also have a new JFK in blue, which is one of only 2 cigar-shaped pens I own. Alia Rose, when you get in, my handle is Alia Explores. Andreas, I will say I'm interested in the Gustav Klimt. Yeah, got to be careful how I say that one as well. Right, I'm going to show you something now. As I say, we will come back to the comments in a minute. Obviously now we're into my inky countdown, and as part of that, my wife, has, if you see my previous years, gives me a gift. She's got a new bag for putting the gifts in. Here it is. It's massive. I'm just looking at there's nothing in. Obviously, I've opened today's already. So here we've got Groku on there, and then we've got Joy to the Galaxy, and it is absolutely massive. I mean, some of the gifts, I've done a big drowning. I think she's done it so I can't guess what it is until I actually take it out of the bag, which I do that on camera. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you that quickly, show you that. Let me fetch this up, and then we'll head on over to Keynote. So, last week's videos. Monday, we had That Pen Bloke, Something Special, a fountain pen focus. So, carrying on in a mini-series I'm doing, looking at all my hand-turned Australian pens. Wednesday, it was my wrap-up for the month of November. You know, enjoyable month. Friday was my December pens in use, festive combos. You've seen them already. As you can see, a number of them are nearly out of ink. I've really been enjoying writing with them. What I find is when I've got a combo I really enjoy, I want to write more. I've already refilled 2, and as I showed you, I think I'm going to be refilling another 3 in the next day or so. And then yesterday, for members only, was my Ask Me Anything. So coming up this week, every day, my inky countdown. Today, day number 1, will be going out in 5 minutes. So what I'm doing with these, initially, I'm going to be putting them out at 9:30 in the morning, Australian Western Standard Time. I say that's 5 minutes time. I'm going to see how it goes. I want to try and keep it like at that time all through the week, but I just want all through the week, all through the month. We'll just see how it goes, though. I may tweak the time, but I don't want to if I can avoid it. Tomorrow's video, it's the final of the fountain pen tournament, the big showdown. We've got the Mahjong P136, the Platinum Preppy, and also the Lamy 2000. So that'll be going live tomorrow, and then on next week's live, I'll announce the winner. And then on Wednesday, we've got 5 pens from my collection, and I'm going to look at 5 different piston filling pens. So again, another interesting one. And then Friday, I'm going to do a December ink review, and there are going to be some red inks. As part of the ink vent, or my inky countdown, in the actual videos, I'm not swatching them. I am swatching the inks afterwards. And what we're going to do is, on the live of each week, we're going to take a look at the swatches for up to the Friday. So next Sunday, we'll have a quick look at the swatches for days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Only be quick, but, you know. So I've done a swatch, and I'll also do chromatography. What I'll also do is we'll do that at the end of the video. So if people don't want to see the swatches, but they want to see the rest of the live, they can do. And then when we come around to the swatches, they could drop off. I just thought that's a nice, fair way of doing it. Books of the month, I had books of the week, should I say. I finished the We Free Men. I love the Nakmat Fiedel. I think they're so good. And although they were in a previous story, the vampire one, Carpe Jugulum, this is really the first main story, I think. Really, I say, really good fun. And then I was going to start Terry Goodkind, Death's Mistress, but unfortunately, when I went to get it from the library, somebody else had already had it out on loan. So instead, I'm reading Monstrous Regiment, so back with Terry Pratchett. This one's quite interesting, especially with a lot of modern day stuff. I don't know if it was written for this idea about really how stupid war is and how people die in wars for such silly, stupid reasons. Really quite interesting. I like these ones where it makes me think a little bit. Not too much, but it makes me think a little bit. So that's where I'm going with my reading. Let's head on back to the comments. Andreas, special edition out now. Alia Rose, I see a Christmas bag. Absolutely. It's massive. Alia Rose, my cats would adore that bag. Yeah, it is. So, honestly, it's so big. I reckon. I'm just going to do a quick measurement. If I can find where I've got my rule. Hang on. Why have we got a blank screen? You can't see. There we are. It is my. So this is a 12-inch or 30-centimetre rule. So it's what, 30? Right way around. So it's about 43 centimetres deep. And there's 30. And about 42 wide. And then in terms of how wide it opens like that, there we're looking at about 20 centimetres. So yeah, it's a massive bag. Just pop that rule back, the rule of measuring. Blonde Scales 1, my brother's cat would destroy that bag. Yeah, fortunately we don't have. The dog just glares at it. Because it's got a face in it, she just sits there and glares. David, to Andreas, I like the JFK blue a lot and got one at one point. But because it doesn't post, it was just too short for me. And I couldn't really write comfortably with it. Traded it for another Mont Blanc. David, to Andreas, the Klimt is very impressive, but it is also very expensive. Donna, hi everyone. I was wondering, has anyone tried the Pannonia Shimmer additive? how well do they work for you? I haven't, but I don't think she's on here. Miss Marilyn Darling may have done. Miss Marilyn Darling's brilliant for looking at different inks. Made by Dawn. Sorry, I can't seem to find Gary's Discord. Yeah, it's a very awkward thing to get us into the Discord. Let me just see if I can get you a link now. Discord. Let me invite people. Copy. Okay, so what I'll do is hopefully paste. I've pasted in a link to it into the chat. Donna, I too am curious about this. David, to Andreas, the limited 888 edition is a little over. I hope I'm not. I don't know, 10,000. Gordon Bennett, that is a lot. Made by Dawn. I need a link invitation. Yep, that should be down now. Andreas, David, I know, and yet I think the 4810 version is more attractive. Blonde Scales 1, stream went black. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. What I did is I'd left it on Keynote, but I closed down my Keynote presentation and I forgot to press the camera button on my control board. David to Andreas, I do too. They got the 4810 right for sure. It is a beautiful pen. David, that's a lot of money for a pen. If I tried to get that past the wife, well, I don't know what. It's going to be a very rude word she'd say to me. Garry, I tried your link to Discord and it comes as invalid. Yeah, Discord is a pain in the butt. Which is, again, one of the reasons I've not really been using it. I need to try and work a better way of getting them links. Miss Marilyn Darling, hi. Just been talking about you. We've had a question, and I was saying I think you might be the best person to answer this. This is from Donna, who was asking about the Pannonia shimmer additive and how well it works. And I thought, well, maybe you might be one of the first person, or the best person for that. Marilyn, I did the first day for the members. Awesome. There's the Discord link. This old bloke called Garry Eves. There it is. Blonde Scales 1. Speaking of Miss Marilyn Darling, hi. You know, honestly, you must have been listening out for us because I say your name and you magically appear. Miss Marilyn Darling, I just got my first check from YouTube. Thanks to Shaq MD for pushing me over the line. Awesome. It's brilliant when you start getting them. It really makes it feel real. But it's really nice to see because, you know, I'll say it like with me, I feed everything back into what I'm doing. So it lets me grow in ways that if I didn't have it, I wouldn't really go that way. Made by Dawn. I got in, thanks. Awesome. Ricardo, Discord is working now. Blonde Scales 1, you'd probably be lucky to live if you bought that pen. Yes, I think you're right there. She would definitely not be happy. Alia Rose, Discord can be kind of opaque, but it's extremely useful once going. Yeah, I'm a member of the Fountain Pens Australia Discord channel. I lurk more than actually post. One of the things I found with it, again, I think it's one of the reasons why I don't use as much as I should. The invite link is only valid for a week. So it's not that you can put the invite out anyway. Now that might have changed, so that's why I'm saying over the Christmas period, I will look at that a bit more. Marilyn, Pannonia Shimmer Additive, not tried them. Awesome, well, thanks for that. Simply Orbs, hey all, welcome to you, Simply Orbs. Hi there. Hi to Miss Marilyn Darling. Made by Dawn. Sorry, Garry, I have a YouTube channel, but I'm not eligible for payment. Yeah, I think there's. I'm not sure what the rules are now. I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers and over a certain amount of viewed hours over the past 12 months. It's something like that. It's really weird. Might be worth looking into. See if you can get there. Hey there, Alia Rose. Made by Dawn. Not sorry. Marilyn, hello everyone. Hello. Hi. We've got some more highs. And then Alia Rose, my husband and I use Discord as our main communication when apart. Cat gifts may factor. If I suggested doing something like that to Elaine, it would be a very, very rude word. She's very good at using rude words when I come up with ideas like this. She's not technical. She's got a mobile phone. The whole idea of a mobile phone is to sit on the table at the side of you. And even when you go out, the idea of a mobile phone is to sit on the table at the side of you. Miss Marilyn Darnley, there we are. 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year. Made by Dawn, I live in Belize. My country's not eligible. Another word. When you get... I can't remember what day it is, because obviously I've pre-recorded a number of the Inky Countdown videos. The colour event calendar, it's got a little description next to each one. And, well, day one's out now, by the way. The Colourverse one has got a little description next to each one as you take the bottle out. And a couple of them, they've got a word. Phenomenal. Phenomnal. I-N-A-L, I think it was, phenomenal. I just cannot pronounce it for love nor money. The first time it was there, I think I did about 5 takes, and in the end I thought to myself, stuff this, and I just used a different word instead. So yeah, you got that to look forward to. I'd say Inkvent video number 1 is now out live on my YouTube channel. It's been there for 7 minutes. Marilyn Darling, in 4 days will be my 20th year anniversary with YouTube. Awesome. Alia Rose using that P word. I know, it's awful. Anyway, let's do a membership giveaway, shall we? See if I can get the right buttons. Membership gifting. How do I do it again? There is a way to do it. I've forgotten. Oh no, I can't do it. It's not reset yet. It must go by US date. I've already given all of them, so we'll have to do that next week instead. That's a shame. I thought I had some more to give out there. Blonde Scales 1, congrats. Marilyn Darling, woohoo. Phenomenal. Wow, I can't say that word. Anyway, on that tone, on that thing, thank you all for your time today. Please hit the thumbs up button every time you like, every time you comment, helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. If you haven't already and you are able to help, do look at membership. Membership is really useful. It really helps support the channel. And there are members bonuses. So members get my main videos 2 days early. They won't get the Ink ones early because of spoilers. But my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos, they get 2 days early. We've got a monthly Ask Me Anything for members only. And we've got a monthly Zoom call, only half an hour. Again, members only. So there are a number of benefits, and I'm thinking all the time about other things that I can do. So please, if you're able to help, that is very much appreciated. I'm going to show you something now. You're going to get motion sick. Make sure I get this in the camera. We've got some my Christmas decorations. So we've got 24 sleeps till Christmas. Or for me, it is. For those in the States, it'll be 25. Next to that, we've got these little Christmas tree things. My loving wife has made them. She's made loads at the moment. We've got blue ones for here. We've got red ones. I might fetch some of the other ones in. We've got green ones. Should have doing a crafty stuff. So hopefully I didn't make too many people motion sick of me moving that. Let me go back to the comments. David, can you send the Discord invite link again? It says it's already expired. That wouldn't surprise me with Discord. There it is again. Simply Orb, sure, I'll take your beautiful Homo sapiens dark age. Alia Rose has gifted membership. Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Marilyn, my problem is I have a slight speech impediment. And my reason for this struggling with this word, I cannot get my mouth around it. Like yoho, I don't know what it is. I cannot get my mouth to make the right shapes for that. Made by Dawn. Did I put that up? Phenomenal. Thanks, Gary. Got a heart there from Marilyn. Thank you, Gary. Simply Orbs. Thank you to Gary. Andreas, off to watch Inkvent video. Thanks, Gary and team. Brilliant. I hope you all love the Inkvent videos. I say it's slightly different this year because I've got 2 inks to look at. Blonscales 1. Have a great week, all. Blonscales 1. I saw the blue trees. Marilyn, they're super cute. They are. Blonscales 1, I like blue. Yeah, I quite like blue. I think this time of year it's quite pretty. Simply Orb, super cute. David, never mind. I had the YouTube address in it and didn't work. David, take care, my friend. And have we got any more? Have a good week, everybody. Cheers. That's all the comments, so I'll leave the comments open whilst the outro plays. As I say all the time, I've really loved this. Go now before you go to bed, those who are not in Australia. Go and watch that Inkvent video. I think it's about 10 minutes. Trying to keep all my Inky countdown videos to under 10 minutes. Annie Rose, have fun and be careful, everyone. Tony, it's nearly 2 a.m. Good night. Good night, all. Thanks, Gary. Thanks very much, Tony. Ricardo, have a great week, everybody. Simply Orbs, cheers, you all. So thank you all, and I'll talk to you again soon.